possible. And if you try to take it in digits, you cannot put
Mhm.
the number which is double and then get it to become 10.
Okay. Okay, yes, Abraham. Let's see together this question. Okay, so it's saying that out of the three angles, the second and three angle are the second angle is 20 more than the first angle, and the second and third angle are equal. So we'll assume that the first angle is x. Okay, then the second and third angle is equal, which is 20 more than the first angle. A second. Yes. So we'll assume we know that the second and third angle are equal, which we'll assume as x plus 20 because it's 20 more than the first angle x. Okay. So angle 2 equals to angle 3. We assume that x plus 20. Okay. And we know that the sum of all three angles of a triangle is 180. So our equation will be x plus. Now, x plus 20 is the same assumption for the second angle and the third angle as well. So you can do two things. Either you can do x plus 20 plus x plus 20, or you can do 2 into x plus 20. 2 into x plus 20. So x plus multiply 2 into x, 2x plus 2 into 20, 40. Okay, so we have x plus 2x plus 40. Okay, and just put equals to 180 on the other side. Now add x and 2x. We have 3x plus 40 adds equals to 180. Now we'll solve this. 3x equals to 180. 40 goes to the other side. 40 goes to the other side. It becomes 180 minus 40. How much? 140.
40.
Now divide 140 by 3 because we have to find out the value of x. So we'll take 3 below 140. Okay, divided. We will get 46.66. 46.66. Now we have the first angle. First angle. Now was x. That is 46.66. Okay, second angle. Equation of it was x plus 20. X plus 20. So it becomes 46.66. 46.66 plus 20 equals to, add 20 to it, that is 66.66. Okay, and the second angle and the third angle is equal. So the third angle will also be 66.66.
Ma'am, I got 46.667 and 66.6667. 46.6667 and 66.6667.
Okay, if you do it till two decimal places, like you can do it with two decimal places because that's what we mainly do, right? So we'll get 6 here, 46.66, and second and third angle will become 66.66. Now take a sum and check out what's the total.
Equals to 180.01.
Still like 46.66 and all of it.
Yes, ma'am. 180.01.
66.66 and okay. All right. So yes, there is a mistake in this question. Maybe it's a misprint or something.
The one I
So
did 46.6667 and 66.6667 it equals to 180.00001.
okay, 180.00001. All right. That has a difference of 0.0001. All right. So I'll be considering your answers. Okay. If like you have followed the method. Okay, I'll give some bonus marks in this question, in this particular question. Okay, but this is the method with which you have to solve. There must be some mistake in the question about that is the same angles to one, the second and third angle and all of that. But yes, the method which we follow is this, according to the question that is given. Yes, Abraham.
I didn't do any steps. I didn't do anything, ma'am. I kept thinking on the question. I was not able to get an answer.
Okay. All right. I'll see what can be done. Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
How many marks question was that? I think it was a 3 marker question.
Yes, it was a 3 marks question.
3 marks question. 1.5 or 1 marks I'll be giving as a bonus. I'll see according to what how you people have solved. Okay. Mm. All right. Or even if it's near close to this, the steps are there. Then I'll try to give you all the marks. Okay. Anything else? Any other doubts?
No, ma'am, that was my
I
only doubt.
have a I have a doubt, but it's not from the test. It's about linear equations only, but it's not from the test. I put it in the
Mhm.
chat.
Yes, I mean I just saw your doubt. The sum of the four consecutive integers we have to find out, right? So, we can try this out. Shall I clear the screen?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now, Simeon's question. 1 second. Yes. Sum of four consecutive integers is 178. We have to find out the integers, the four consecutive integers. So we'll assume that the first integer is x. Let the first integer
Is this from the book?
no, this is not the book, not from the book, but from the linear equations chapter. The same topic.
So should we copy it down?
You can write it down, yes. Let the first integer be x. It's a big question. So yes, you can write it down. You can write the question and the answer as well. Okay, now see, since these are all consecutive integers, okay, we'll assume that x is the first integer. So the second integer will be what? X plus 1. Okay, third integer, x plus 2. Fourth integer, x plus 3. Okay. Since they are consecutive,
The book from which I took this question was also saying there are two solutions to this problem, and I have to find the quick solution and the other solution.
Okay. I don't know if this is the quick solution or the other solution. I don't know how your book has defined the quick solution, but yeah, this is the solution that you can try out to find the answer. Second one is x plus 1. Third one is x plus 2. Fourth one is x plus 3. Okay. The sum we know is 178. So we can make an equation like this. X plus x plus 1 plus x plus 2 plus x plus 3 equals to 178. Now combine the like terms and make it shorter, make the equation shorter by combining the like terms.
Now I got it.
Now you got it. How many x do we have in the question?
4x.
4. And how many numbers? Do the sum total of the numbers.
6.
6. Very good. So our equation will become 4x plus 6. Okay. So because 4x are there, we combine them to become 4x. Then we added 3, 2, and 1. It became 6 equals to 178. Now solve this. 4x equals to 178 minus 6. 4x equals to 172. X will be equal to 172 by 4. Divide and tell me what are you getting?
43.
43. Very good.
43.
Yes, 43. So I have
X
x
equals
is
43, then x plus 1 is 43 plus 1, which is 44. X plus 2 is 43 plus 2, which is 45. X plus 3 is 43 plus 3, which is 46.
yes, that's perfect, Simeon. Very good. X is equals to 43. X plus 1 equals to 44. X plus 2, which is 43 plus 2 is 45. And x plus 3, which is 43 plus 3 is 46. So my four consecutive numbers are 43, 44, 45, and 46, whose sum is 173. Hope this question is clear to you all.
Yes.
Okay.
Just give me a minute, ma'am.
Sure.
Done now, thank you.
Okay. Yes. So today we will start with a new chapter. That's chapter 14, circles. It's an introductory chapter of circles, which tells us about various parts of a circle, various elements of a circle. Basically, what all does a circle has? Okay, what all different things a circle has, and all of that. All right, so let's begin. It's a simple chapter on just the concept of circles.
What's the chapter again?
Chapter 14, Circle. Now in front of you is a circle. What is a circle basically? It is a circular closed figure. Okay, a circular closed figure. That is a circle. Now, talking about a circle, it has, if I put a point in the between, that is the center of the circle. Okay, now this, let's mark it as point O. Point O. Okay, now let's now mark some points on the outer boundary of the circle. Okay, so suppose I have marked a point here. And I have named it point A. Now, if I start moving in this direction, if I start moving from point A in this direction, covering the boundary of this circle, okay, this is known as the perimeter of the circle. Okay, basically, the boundary of the circle that you see, this is the perimeter, and it's also called the circumference. Okay, it's also called the circumference of the circle. All right, the circumference of the circle, the outer boundary with which the circle is formed, is known as its circumference. And the same thing is the circumference is equals to the perimeter of the circle. Okay, hope this part is clear to you all. Circumference and perimeter of the circle.
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am. Will you please write the definitions down?
Sure.
We're trying to find the circumference of the circle.
Are we trying to find the circumference of the circle? No, Abraham, in this chapter, finding the circumference is not there, but it may be coming in the next chapter, I guess. Okay, right now
We'll be using pi.
will we be using pi? Pi we'll not be using right now. Okay, we just have the introduction of circle and its type, its elements, the things that it has. Okay, so the outer boundary of a circle is the circumference, and it can also be called the perimeter of the circle. Okay, now I have point O at the center. Okay, now if I draw a line from the center point to the That is a line that is up to the circumference, like this. Let's make point O and A meet. Okay. This is what? This distance from the center of the circle
A
to,
radius?
yes, to any point on the circle. This is known as a radius. Okay. If I put other lines as well, suppose I'm drawing here, or 1 second. Or I'm drawing here or here, anywhere on the circle. Okay, we can name this B, this we can name C. Okay, so my OA, OB, OC, all of these are radius of the circle. Okay, you can define it.
No, I'm still writing the circumference down.
You were writing circumference down.
Yes.
Write it down.
Done now, thank you.
Okay. Distance between the center of the circle and any point on the circle. Any point on the circle is called the radius of the circle. For example, in this circle, what are my radius? OA, OB, and OC. Okay, please make sure that you are drawing the diagram as well, along with writing the definitions. Please make the circle diagram too. That's a good definition, Simon. We can take this. A round plane figure whose boundary, circumference or the perimeter, consists of points equidistant from a fixed one.
I'm done copying.
Okay. All right. So why we are studying about the parts of a circle? Because sometimes we are told to calculate, to find out their measure. All right. So we should know that what is a circumference, right? And what exactly is the perimeter of a circle? We know to find the perimeter, but do we know that the perimeter is the same as the outer boundary of a circle, right? The circumference, it's the same thing. When we are calculating the perimeter, we are basically calculating the circumference of a circle. Okay, we can say that. Also, we should know what is a radius, what are the chords in a circle, what's the diameter, all of the parts of a circle. So this is an introductory chapter where we will just study about different parts of a circle. Okay. Yes. Now, moving on, we just saw the radius. Okay. Now, suppose I radius is what? From the center point to the circumference. Okay. But what if I make the line like this? Just a second. This is my center. But if I make a line not from the center, but from one end of the circumference to the other, from one end of the circumference to the other point,
For the diameter
what
now.
will, what will it be? No,
But
this
that
is
is
not
not
the
the
Diameter.
diameter because it's not going through the center point.
Yes, this is known as a
That will be
chord.
a chord.
Yes, because it's not going through a center point. It's just from one end of the circle, okay, to the another end. Basically, this is a line segment joining two points on a circle. Okay, let's name them points E and F. So my points E and F are a chord. Okay, but then again, there is um another
So
chord.
is a diameter a type of chord?
Yes, if Simeon, diameter is a chord, but diameter is the longest chord in the circle. Okay, diameter is the longest chord in the circle. I've made ENF. Now look at this another chord. Look at this chord. This is called FA. Okay, a smaller chord. Now take a look at this chord.
That's the diameter. Yeah, this is now known as diameter.
Yes. Now name it FS. Okay, FS. So my Fs is my diameter, which is also a chord. Okay, all three are chords because they are connecting the circle, like they are the line segments joining two points on a circle. So all of them are chords, but the diameter is is the chord. Why is it called the diameter? Okay, because it's passing through the center point and it's the longest chord again. Okay, the diameter will always pass, only that chord will be the diameter which passes through the center point. Okay, so my Fs is my diameter. Okay, that is also the longest chord, but EF and FE are my chords. Okay, they are not diameters. All right, let's write the definitions.
The diameter always goes through the focus of the center, right?
Yes, yes, Simran. They always go through the center point.
Focus of the circle, I mean.
Yes.
Could we write it as a line segment drawing 2 points in a circle but not going through the center?
Yes, yes, Anaya, you can write. But again, Anaya, the diameters are also chords. Okay, diameter is a type of chord. We can say that. All right. So don't write that. Just write down a line segment joining 2 points on a circle is called a chord. But you'll understand because we are also defining the diameter. Let's write the examples of a chord. Examples can be EF and FA. EF and FA. I'm not including FS here so that you don't get confused in both the chord and the diameter. Let's define diameter. Now, like I said, diameter is a chord passing through the center of the circle. Okay. Is called a diameter. For example,
I'm done copying.
done copying. Okay. Example F S. Write this down.
Done, ma'am.
Done. All of you?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right. So we will stop here today and the rest will continue tomorrow. Okay, we'll talk about what is an arc. Okay, we'll talk about the parts of the circle, the interior and exterior. Okay, we'll talk about the segments, the sector and the segments of a circle. Okay, and then how to draw a circle with a given radii. Furthermore, we'll study about all of this. So, next we'll continue in the next one. Okay, Zara, bye. See you tomorrow.
Bye, ma'am. Thank you.
Bye. 5 minutes break, and then we'll meet for the science class. Okay, hope you all are there. Can I have your videos on? We are going to start now. Videos on, please. We did the topic of fossil fuels yesterday. We talked about coal, petroleum, and how to conserve them. Why is it necessary to conserve them? And today we finished with that chapter, natural resources. Part one, we finished with um those the physical resources. Today we are going to start with the next chapter, that is natural resources two, and we are having biological resources. We did an introduction of the biological resources. So we'll move further from there. Just give me a minute. Okay. Yes. Now we have studied that on the basis of food, organisms are divided into two categories. We have autotrophs and heterotrophs. Right. Autotrophs are green plants, okay, and heterotrophs are those plants which do not have chlorophyll, okay, that do not prepare their own food, basically. Okay, those organisms which do not prepare their own food. Now, these heterotrophs are then divided into two other categories, further divided into like more categories, that is herbivores, carnivores, omnivores, then parasites, then scavengers and decomposers. Okay, so carnivores are the flesh-eating animals such as lion, leopard. Herbivores are the plant eaters such as cow, horse, etc. Omnivores are the animals which eat the plants and flesh both, such as bears and humans. Then we have parasites, okay, such as lice, Cuscuta reflexa. Then we have scavengers, such as eagle, wolf, and decomposers, which feed on the dead remains of other animals, such as bacteria, fungi. Okay, now this is a table on how this natural balance is formed. And let me see if we have this table. I can find this diagram in English. How are parasites? Um, but did you ask something, Samir?
I asked how are parasites resources because they are more like pests. So why is it written that they are resources?
Why is it written that they are resources? Where is it written that they are resources? Okay, in this, why have parasites included? Because again, that is a part of food chain. Okay, that is a categorization of heterotrophs. Okay, the organisms which depend on other organisms for food. All right. So there is this classification of heterotrophs where this is parasites. They establish a natural balance in the food chain. Let me see just a minute. I'll be looking for this diagram and I'll be sharing with you all. Okay, I found a diagram, but that is way too complicated. Okay, so I'll find a diagram that's easily understandable of this process and then I'll be explaining it to you. Okay, basically in the center, we have the dead remain of an animal. That's written Mrat Sharir. Okay, then below that is carbonic avshesh. I think it's remains. Okay, and then how? Okay, see. Okay, I got it now. What it's trying to tell us is that I'll explain it to you. What it's trying to tell us, the dead remains. The dead remains. They decompose. Okay, and when they decompose, they get mixed with the soil. Okay, they get mixed with the soil. They form humus. Okay, and this humus is mixed in the soil. Okay, mixed in the soil. Okay, now this soil, in the soil, the plants grow. In the soil, the plants grow. Okay, and plants are eaten up by herbivores. Plants are eaten up by herbivore animals. Okay, now herbivore animals are eaten up by carnivore animals. These herbivore animals are eaten up by carnivore animals. Okay, this is basically the cycle that nature has in which all the organisms are dependent on each other. Okay, this decomposing process is done by the decomposers. Okay, bacteria and fungi. Okay, then humus, the dead remains say are decomposed, and then humus is formed. Okay, I just explained in the last chapter what is humus, the layers of soil, right? So humus is formed. Okay, that is in the soil. Now in it, new plants they grow. Okay, the plants grow, which are eaten up by herbivores. Okay, and then the herbivores are eaten up by the carnivore animals. Okay, so this is the cycle. This is basically the natural balance of nature. Okay, and various food chains are formed in this balance itself. All right, hope it's clear now. Hope it's clear.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, yes. What I'll do, I'll make a diagram of it and I'll be sharing it with you. Okay, so it will be more clear. All right. Now, main biological resources that a resource that's forest and its importance. We'll talk about an important biological resource that is forest and why is it so important. Now, the whole life on Earth is based on plants. Only green plants are capable of preparing carbonic food from non-carbonic items using solar energy. We know that plants they prepare their own food using the sunlight in the presence of chlorophyll. You know this, right? They prepare their own food. So now plants using the solar energy. Plants also release oxygen by the process of photosynthesis and use carbon dioxide released by humans in preparing food. Carbon dioxide is another important element, another important substance that the plants use to prepare their own food. Right. In the presence of carbon dioxide and the sunlight, the plants they prepare their food. Where do they get that CO2? They get that CO2 from the environment. That CO2 we are releasing in the environment that plants are obtaining. We know this thing that have a plant, okay, and humans. So you plants when humans are taking in the oxygen and releasing the CO2, okay, plants are taking in CO2 and they release O2, oxygen that we take in. Okay, so we, us, and plants are also closely connected, interdependent on each other. Okay, they say that you plant more trees because plants they release oxygen that we take in. Okay, that is good for the environment, right? But we release carbon dioxide, which plants take in, with which they also make their food. Now, if we talk about land, biological resources, then maximum number of plants are found in forests. Forests are those land areas which are full of dense forest, vines, and shrubs. We know what's a forest. Forests are those land areas which are full of various types of plants, such as vines, shrubs, trees, bushes. Okay, a forest has multiple types of plants. Now, what is the importance of forest? Forest provides shelter to many forest living organisms, birds, and small organisms. We know that a lot of organisms, birds, okay, they live in the forest. So the forests provide a place of security to them, a place of shelter to them. Okay. Then also the forests provide food to them. These organisms meet their food and multiplication needs from forests. Many kind of forests and organisms are found in colder areas, hot areas, and coastal areas of Earth. Okay, we have different types of forests based on different types of regions on Earth. We have rainforests, okay. We have tropical forests. We have evergreen forests, which stay evergreen throughout the year. We have rainforests, which receive a lot of rainfall. We have dense forests, okay. Different types of forests we have depending on their area. These forests also, like I said, are important because they provide shelter to many living organisms and they also provide them food. Okay, food and shelter to small living organisms. Now, these are a reservoir of our valuable biological resources. Humans also fulfill their need by forests. Okay, it's useful to us too. Okay, besides animals, its forests are useful to us as well. They provide us with a lot of things, such as food, okay, from the trees. Then they provide us with wood, okay, out of which we make paper. Then they provide us with spices, okay, they come from the trees. Then they provide us with honey, okay, because the honeybees they make their um, hive on the trees. Then we have medicines, gum, oil, etc. Okay, many tribes live in forests today. A lot of like some medicines they are made up of some plants. Okay, they are made of plants or organisms such as a fungi. Okay, so these are the things that forests provide us. And humans, like people, also visit forests for touring, for adventure, for games. Okay, all of that is well. People, some forests are people have tribes living in forests. They are settled in the forests. Okay, some tribes, some ancient tribes have been settled in forests, so they provide shelter to them as well. They are living in the forest, and with the trees from that forest, they are building their homes in the forest. Okay, so the forest is also beneficial to provide shelter to the humans, to those humans, okay, that are living in the forest regions. Now, in text questions 20.1 is your homework. This is your homework. Please try out these questions. Now, we'll talk about structure of forests. We know that tall trees are at a height in forests. Their branches cover small trees and plants. Such trees are known as conifer form. Okay, the branches, some trees are there. Okay, some trees are there whose branches cover small trees and other plants. Right, so these trees are known as conifer cone trees. I think they are in the shape of a cone, such as these. Okay, they are basically known as conifer cone trees. Then, since forest has trees of various heights, many upper layer or top layers are formed. The upper layer is called the topmost layer. Okay. Why layers are formed? Because plants are there of different heights, right? The plants are there of different, the trees have different heights. So the trees who are the highest, the tallest, okay? So this region is known as the top layer, top layer, or the topmost layer or the upper layer, okay? Then we have, is the structure of forests. We can see the conifer cone trees, okay, the long trees, small trees. You can see bushes, shrubs, okay, and all of that. So, organisms and plant species, we'll talk about the organisms and plant species found in forests. Many animals or organisms like birds, snake, squirrel, monkey, baboon, etc., are found in the branches of trees. We know about a lot of these animals that are found in the that live in the tree, okay, in the tree branches, okay, like squirrels and snakes and monkeys and all of them. Then we have on land in the forest. On the land lives lion, tiger, bear, elephant, deer, peacock, etc. Okay, some organisms make their home inside the earth by digging a hole, such as rats, rabbits, or making lines or colonies, such as ants and snakes. We know that they make colonies and live. Now, the upper layer of soil is the home of earthworms and some insects. Okay, We talked about the layers of soil. So the upper layer of soil is home to many organisms, okay, that live beneath the soil, such as earthworms, such as some insects. Now, some microorganisms or decomposers are found in soil, this we know, which decompose dead organisms, leaves, etc. In short, they clean the environment. Okay, in short, they do the work of cleaning the environment. All right. Any doubt in here? This is a really basic about what types of
No.
species of organisms are found in the forest. No? Okay. Now, common plants and organisms found in Indian forest. Now, we have some names of the common trees that are found in Indian forest, such as neem tree, peepal. We have bargat, sal, teak, sagon, salem, shisham, palash, amla, bamboo, kachnar, anjeer, kher, etc. Okay, these are some of the common trees that are found in our Indian forests. Okay,
Why
for the
is
word
the scientific name for people sacred pig?
sacred pig, search that out today. Okay, do a little research on why the scientific name of people is sacred pig. Okay,
And Anjeer is common fig.
yes, and anjeer is called common fig. Look it up today. Okay, Samir, why is people known as a sacred pig? Now, trees, wood of trees such as shisham and sagwan are used to make furniture. Okay, are used to make furniture such as sofas, tables, and all. Okay, they are used to make furnitures because that is a good wood. Okay, a really durable wood that has a long life. Okay, the wood of these trees such as shisham, such as sagwan, and all of that is used to make furniture. Sacred plant to the Hindus and Buddhists, under which Buddha is believed to have sat in meditation and received enlightenment. Okay. Yes, Simeon, that is probably why it's known as a sacred pig. Okay. Yes. So we have the scientific names. Name is known as Azadirachta indica. People known as sacred pig. Barkats, Bunyan, or Banyan. Okay, then Sal, Storia robusta. Then
I'm just
teak.
copying one of them down.
Okay, we can copy them down. Teak is known as Tectona grandis. Stagon is known as Saiwan. Salem is known as cannonball tree. Shisham is known as Dalbergia sisso. Palash is known as Butea monosperma. Amla known as Indian gooseberry. Pass, bamboo. Okay, pass. You've heard, probably heard this. Then Kachnar is known as Bahuhemia variegata. Then Anjeer is common fig. And here is Sengalia catechu. Okay. Then these are basically all the scientific names of the trees. So now, animals found in forests include deer, elephant, pig, bison, monkey, baboon, tiger, leopard, cobra, snakes, peacocks, hedgehog, and jackal, etc. Okay, these are some animals that are found in the forest. Okay, some are living on land.
Bison are there in India?
Maybe in parts of
I
in
thought it
some
was
part of
only there in North America.
okay. I'll have to look it up, Samir. What part of India do they have the bisons. Okay.
Because it was saying here bison, and bison live in colder climates also.
Yes, that's right, Samir. But in India, we have some colder climates. Yes, comparatively not that cold. Okay. But
Bison in
yes,
the forest only. We've gone to forest a few times and we've seen bison there.
you've seen bison. Okay. Yes.
I think I saw a bison in Kerala.
In Kerala.
I saw a bison in the forest.
Okay. Yes. So we have bisons in Indian forests or reservoirs. Now, food chains in forests.
Damien is talking about, but they may be a type of bison. Like
A
me.
type of bison living in the colder region. Okay. Probably. Now, food chains in the forests. We know that every living being needs food. So every plant uses carbon dioxide present in sunlight and water to prepare its own food. These plants are called autotrophs. All plants and organisms don't have chlorophyll. They eat food prepared by autotrophs. Herbivores eat plants and carnivores eat herbivores. This prepares a chain of organisms. This is known as food chain. Bambusa vulgaris. Okay. Yes. Now, talking about autotrophs, they like I said are the plants. Okay, are such plants which are preparing their own food. Now, when they are preparing their own food, herbivores eat them for food. Okay, autotrophs are independent, like they make their food themselves. But the herbivore animals, such as cows and deers, etc., they eat the autotrophs. Okay, then we have carnivores, the flesh-eating animals, which eat the flesh of the herbivores. Example again, deer, cow, etc. Carnivores such as lion, tiger, and all, they're eating the herbivores. Okay, and then some carnivores are eaten up by omnivores. Okay, some carnivores are eaten up by omnivores such as
It
um
almost actually almost looks like the plants ate the insects, then they ate the frog, then they ate the snake, then they ate the eagle or the vulture.
yes, that is right, Simeon, because this is an example of a food chain. Okay, these are the types of organisms, but this is example of it. The plants, insects ate the plants, and the frog ate the insects, the snake ate the frog, and eagle or vulture ate the snake. Okay, so this is the food chain. Similarly, grass was eaten by deer, which was eaten by leopard, or fruits of plants were eaten by monkey, and then the monkey was eaten by python. Okay, poor monkey. Now, these are some examples of the food chains. Many food chains come together to make a food chain. Sometimes there can be a food chain inside the food chain itself. Okay, for a simpler example, look at this first food chain: plants, insects, frogs, snake, and vulture. So if I just pick from here to here, frog ate insects and snake ate frog. Okay, or from here to here,
But you could also
plants.
say like it's a smaller food chain inside another food chain, like because it's just saying in general plants eaten by insects, eaten by frogs. But you could also say different types of frogs. Like there are some frogs which eat other frogs.
Some frogs which eat other frogs.
Yeah,
Okay,
so it could be like
yeah.
that also.
Mm-hmm. Yes. So a smaller food chain, basically what I'm trying to explain is a smaller food chain is there in a larger food chain. Okay. A smaller food chain is there in a larger food chain. Look at this food chain. Vulture, um, vulture peacock. I know why we've put it together. Peacock was eaten by snake, which was eaten by deer. I don't know about, yeah, like the way they have written it.
In Chennai, there was one college in that the deer used to be like whenever we would go to that college for like homeschooling programs, they used to feed the deer beef and the deer will eat it also.
Okay, so we are having carnivore deers nowadays. All right. So, I don't know
I
if a
think it's
deer
a misprint.
Ma'am,
name.
before they put it like this, then now they put it the opposite. The rabbit eats the plants, like everything is going toward. Maybe the arrows are opposite.
Maybe the arrows are opposite. Yes, probably that is right, Abraham. Let's try to do it opposite. Rabbit will eat the plants, okay, and then plants have grains which will be eaten by insects. Okay, then insect will be eaten by python. Python,
I didn't read in my mouth.
oops.
Ma'am, maybe it's a big mouse.
It was a
The big
large
mouse,
rat.
but python. Python is like larger than any large rat. Okay, so I think that these are different food chains. Like this is altogether a different food chain till here. Okay, and then this is mouse was eaten by frog. Frog was eaten by leopard. Leopard was eaten by tiger. I don't know.
Tiger by lion, lion by deer,
And the tiger was eaten by a lion.
snake by peacock or vulture.
The
No,
snake was eaten by
No,
vulture.
it's showing a tiger, a lion ate, no wait, a tiger ate a lion.
Yeah, that is what I'm saying. A tiger ate a lion.
because tigers and
And
lions,
a frog ate a leopard.
Yes.
and that's impossible. They don't all live together. Like they're spread out, and there's no like lions and tigers in like the same place.
Mm-hmm. Yes, that is right. So please don't make such a food chain in the exam, okay? Please don't make a food chain like this in the exam. Okay. Please use animals which are actually eaten by one another. Okay. Don't put that lion will eat a tiger and the leopard will eat the lion. Okay. We will skip this food chain. I hope you all got what's a food chain, right?
Yes, sir. Ma'am, I
Ma'am,
think there is a many features.
a fortune is when a leopard eats a tiger.
It was a wrong thing. Yeah, maybe they say many food chains come to make a food web.
Yes. I'll show you what's a food web actually.
Like
Let's see.
on the picture side, like the one to the right.
Yes, the one on the right is a food web. Just a second. We have grass, which is eaten by mouse and grasshopper. Mouse is eaten by both snake and eagle. Okay, so like this, the food web is formed. Okay, where something is eaten up can be eaten up by more than one animal. Okay, when something can be eaten up by more than one animal, it can be eaten up like mouse. It can be eaten up by snake and eagle spokes. Okay, so this is a food web. All right, like we have food chains in it. Okay, but we have interconnected food chains as well. Okay, food chains which are interconnected because one organism is being eaten up by in this food chain and in that food chain as well. So together it makes a food web. Okay, like that, a food web is made. Now moving back to just a second. Yes. If leaves of plants, fruits, seeds in dead organisms are placed in forests, it may give a bad smell. Therefore, eagle, crow, fox, jackal, etc., such organisms are known as saprophyte. Rest of the part of dead organism's body are decomposed by fungi and various organisms. These change into humus and non-carbonic items. Okay. So we have already talked about how the decomposition takes place and then how humus is formed in which the plants grow and all. Right. So we discussed the food web, the food chain today, and 20.2
Let's see
also.
what Abraham has sent on chat.
A lion eating a tiger. Okay. Yes, but don't put that in the test. I will cut marks, okay? I'm telling y'all. All right. Now, make sensible food chains, okay? Please make sensible food chains. All right. Don't put that like if you'll put that goat will eat the lion or the goat will eat beef, then your marks might be deducted, okay? So don't put that goat will eat a buffalo
But if
or
the author of this book was our teacher, our marks would actually be increased.
increase. Yes, maybe. All right, 20.2, please try out. Okay, and rest we'll continue in the next
So homework is 20.1 and 20.2.
1 and 2. Yes, 1 and 2 objective type questions are there. You can just try out. Okay.
And
Okay
what
then.
about maths, ma'am? Is it 14.1?
What about maths?
Or we haven't come
Maths,
to the in-text questions yet?
I think we haven't come to the index questions yet.
Okay.
Okay, just give a read to whatever portion that we study today in maths. Okay. Okay then. See you all tomorrow.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye bye.